Hello, this is Christensen with IleneChristensen.com. In this short video, I'm going to give you a deep look inside of one person's transformation, emotional, raw, real, and exactly how I facilitated that as a transformational coach. This individual has been working with me since March, and we met last week, and he's been working on his feelings about debt. When we talked about that in connection with the money map, he realized that debt was something that he was emotional about, that he was ashamed, that he was embarrassed, and that he was afraid to confront his family over. When he pictured himself sitting down with his wife and children and laying out their finances, he just couldn't imagine himself doing that. We tapped through that. We tapped through the feelings of being embarrassed, of feeling ashamed. And I challenged him to communicate and to be able to sit down with his family to talk about that. That was in March. It wasn't until last week that I realized he had a hidden agenda. He still hadn't had that meeting with his family, but he had come up with a plan to eliminate the debt without his family's involvement. He had presented his wife with an amount of cash that he figured should be her budget, but he didn't bother to explain anything to her about that budget. He had been married once before, had had a wife that had cheated on him 4 different times. During that time, he had tried to buy her love back. He would buy her things, and she came back 3 different times and then cheated on him. When he finally had had enough, he decided it was time to let it go. I asked him if he thought this had anything to do with his current family, and he didn't see how it did until we started tapping. Tapping brought up the realization that he did have this hidden agenda, that he was a people pleaser, that he was trying to buy his family's love, and that the worst thing that could happen was that his wife would leave him if he limited her spending. This is the email I received from him after we set the goal for him to have that conversation with his wife, and he did have it. The more important thing for me is that I'm not feeling the need to buy the love of my family any longer. I feel like I have the tools to address when this comes up, to have the understanding about my ex-wife and how I was afraid of losing her 4 times over, and how that translated into my current marriage was a real aha moment. I can't tell you how many times I have glossed over that idea and just dismissed it since I was emotionally free from so many other feelings about my first marriage. Thanks so much for using your intuition and seeing that this may have been an issue and to connect the dots of this important topic. I want you to know that I am the ideal tapping into wealth client. I am a small business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I started my own call center. I am in the process of building a brand new building for the call center. As I just set an outrageous goal for the call center, I set it at $1.2 million a year. I realized that with the number of seats, and when I did the math, when the bank asked me what the potential was, that the potential really was $4 to $5 million a year. And I realized that I had my own outrageous goal trauma and my own hidden agendas. As I was hiking up the side of a mountain one day, I came across, and this was just a couple of weeks ago, this tapping from Margaret. I am the hero of my story, and I now allow this goal to be my hero's journey, inspiring me to grow and stretch and shine. I declare that I want to do this. This is my dream. This is my life. This is my mountain, and I am climbing it. What a profound realization it was when I realized that outrageous goal, that the cloud had lifted, and that the intuition would come to me and the inspiration to grow that business. I hope this video inspired you, because coaching really has the power to transform people in such a dramatic and personal way, and I am honored to be a part of this profession. Thank you for watching, and you can always find me at IleneChristensen.com.